All right, guys, welcome in another episode of the Irish Football Pod. Season's over, but we still got hot topics happening. Uh, Never a dull moment here as a Notre Dame fan. Al Golden officially moving on. He's going to head to the Bengals and be the defensive coordinator there. He was the linebackers coach before Freeman pulled him away from the Bengals. He was a linebackers coach there, but he's going to head back and run the defense for them. So obviously, huge loss for us. I think that the run that he's had at Notre Dame has been a special one. He's turned this defense into one of the top in the country, and I don't think many people would refute that. Uh, so definitely a big loss. Happy for him though. I mean, what a great job, defensive coordinator in the NFL. It doesn't get much better than that. So happy for Al Golden and appreciate everything that he did for us. So now it's up to Freeman to kind of take a look at his options here in terms of, all right, what are we going to do next? Obviously, I think the hot candidate internally, just the guy that you would point to as someone that might really get this thing, is going to be Mike Mickens. He leads the complete and total secondary right now of the Irish safeties and corners. And you look at what he's done with that group so far over the time that he's been there, it's nothing short of incredible. The recruits that he's bringing in, the development of some of these guys that maybe haven't had that, top 4 or 5 star ranking. You look at a guy like Leonard Moore, he was recruited by Freeman and Mickens. He was a 3 star. He's a true freshman. And look at the impact that he's had. So that goes to show you Mike Mickens has got a lot there in terms of quarterback and safety development. And, he's been around. He knows this defense. He's worked under Freeman for a while. It's gonna be hard to overpass or pass him up. So we'll see what happens. Mike Mickens is a good coach. I think it's probably going to go to him. But obviously, I think Notre Dame will do their due diligence and see who else is out there. You look at the last 4 defensive coordinators that the Irish have had. Pretty prominent names: Al Golden, Marcus Freeman, Clark Lee, Mike Elko. Golden is now defensive coordinator at the Bengals, prior Power 5 head coach down at Miami and Temple. Marcus Freeman, of course, we know him. Clark Lee, head coach at Vanderbilt, coming off major victories this past season, really turning around the Vanderbilt program. And then Mike Elko, another guy, head coach at Texas A&M. I mean, prior head coach at Duke. The Notre Dame defensive coordinator job is a big-time job, pays really well, and it's top tier in the nation. We can attract anybody we'd like to coach in that position. My true thoughts is I think they're going to go with Mickens. It's kind of been talked about the last couple seasons, it potentially going to Mickens when Al moves on, and it just kind of seems like the right time for it. The defensive secondary is coming off one of their best years they've ever had, so it's hard to overlook it. It's hard to overlook that. So we'll kind of see how this shakes out, over the coming weeks. Not sure how long the search will go, but I think they'll be looking to move pretty quickly. One of the thoughts that I had earlier is, okay, leading into the championship game, Golden looked like he was probably going to be on his way out. Obviously, nobody was sure, but that's what the initial reports were saying, is that he's a top candidate for the Bengals. Obviously, with his history there, he's going to take a look at that at the very least. So, going into the title week and title game, we kind of expected this. It's not something that caught us by surprise. Now, I will say this: Golden leaving, but then Mike Mickens also leaving, that would be less than ideal. Okay, those are two critical aspects of that Notre Dame defense that we had, and was 2 big reasons why we were able to go on the run that we did here. We can't afford to lose both. So it's one of those things. Mickens might have a little more leverage than we think the way he develops that secondary, it's hard to overlook that. And if he gets an offer from somebody else to go be a DC, Notre Dame's got to match it or bring more to the table. They got to find a way to keep this guy. I think that they will. You can tell Freeman Mickens have something special going on, so I think that Freeman he's going to take care of Mickens, and they're going to keep him. That's honestly what I think will happen, and I hope that it happens too. So we'll see. But never a dull moment. There is always something happening here. We are 2 days removed from the title game, still licking our wounds, and we will be for a while. But wow, Golden's out. Who's up next? Who's going to be the defensive coordinator at Notre Dame? I will say this: whoever it is, they've got big shoes to fill. Looking at the 4 last defensive coordinators that we've had, whoever's next, man, they better bring it because this team has truly grown an identity of we are a defensive, powerful football team, and we're looking to continue that here as we head into year 4 of Marcus Freeman's era. But anyways, that's a Irish Football Pod update for you guys. If you guys are enjoying the show and getting a little value out of it, like, comment, subscribe. This is ultimately such a big passion of mine and really looking forward to putting out content all summer long. So like, comment, subscribe. It will mean the world. And we'll talk to you guys soon. Go Irish.